Hey guys, it's been a minute since I've done some YouTube videos, and I sometimes I keep some topics in my back pocket, and I'm sorry that I haven't been on more. I actually do really miss you guys, and I mean that when I say that. I wanted to do a little bit of a short video on what happens when all of your family members have transitioned and you're the only one left. And we're talking about close family members, biological family members, things like the people that you consider to be your family, regardless of how you're biologically related, right? Um, Unfortunately, it happens to a lot of people in various ways. And I've come across several clients over the years that at times feel rather despondent, frankly. And who can blame them? And for anybody that is watching this who's in this position, first, let me say that my heart goes out to you because that would be a difficult position to be in for sure, especially as we get older, right? If, as we get older, more and more family members start to transition that are older than us, our grandparents, our parents. And other times, there can be some traumatic passings or just very quick passings, sometimes due to health, accidents, all kinds of scenarios. I don't want to plant all the ugliness in your head, but I will say this: the spirit world always has a plan, and you may want to think of the spirit world as God or whatever that connection may be for you. For each individual that has a tie to religion, there's no right or wrong on what your tie is. Some people have a tie to their religion and have a spiritual tie as well, and actually intertwine both, which is fine. I mean, there's no right or wrong way in our beliefs and how we do things like this, right? Whatever works for you is what is the correct way that works for you. So what happens when you're in that place that you have no remaining family members and you're the only one here? Well, I have to say, after having several discussions with people in this position, I find the healthiest individuals to be the ones that have lots of hobbies. If they're close to grandchildren and they have grandchildren, even, uh, the grandchildren keep them going. If you're not in that position at all, because there are some people that are just not, they don't have grandchildren, they had a small family. Some people find solace in their pets. If you're not an animal companion type person, again, you're going to find that very quiet way of being. And the healthiest individuals seem to make new families, if you will. That comes in the form of whether, socializing with others, building more friendships. And if you're an introvert, you're not going to be one of those people that just goes out and introduces yourself to others, right? So what do you do in that position? And in the case of the healthiest, and when I say healthiest, I mean, happiest individuals, uh, what they do is they have online friendships with people that have shared interests. And the thing about having online access, which is really wonderful, is that can be global. I actually also have some friends that are global. So don't limit it to who you can go out with locally, which of course is always nice, to have a companion to go do events with and such. But I do want to emphasize here what I started with is that the spirit world always has a plan for us. And sometimes, frankly, we may not understand that plan. We might be thinking we want to challenge that plan. I get it. I absolutely get wanting to challenge that plan. And what I have noticed, and this is not going to be across the board for everyone. Okay, so I want to be very clear with that, because there's just hundreds of pathways that we have in the physical world based on our individual spiritual journeys, meaning the soul's journey, your own growth, your own reason for being here in the first place, and what you signed up for, which you may question. For some people, it's about seeing how strong they are within their own independence. That seems to be a common theme. For some people, it's learning and recognizing within themselves actually what they contribute to others without even realizing that they matter to others, because they're just being themselves. They're just doing things for themselves. I'll give you a little short example. We were away over the weekend and came home, and our neighbor across the street texted us and said, I planted some moonflowers in your backyard. Now we've given her access to, please, by all means, plant our yard, go ahead. She's amazing with flowers and such. A little gesture like that, for her, it has her feeling good, and she is sharing a passion of hers with us, which we absolutely love. We just haven't had the time, frankly, to do some of the things that we would like to do. And so that right there is just a beautiful experience of she's just being her, and how much joy it's bringing to us. And when you pause and you examine these things, you actually then start to tease apart, recognize, and see how much your life still matters to others, even when all of your loved ones may be in the spirit world. Please do not forget that you're not here for no reason. You are all here for a reason. And maybe we don't always recognize that at first, but when we stop and look inward and see what do we do for others, some people it's just playing online games, chess or whatever your thing is, right? Mahjong, I don't know. Even video games, whatever interaction. For some people, it's talking about hobbies online, photography, art. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but keep in mind that there is a lot of other avenues to build in what you may consider family to be. Now, that being said, is it the same? No, it isn't. I'm not going to minimize this at all. Also, we miss our loved ones. Even though we can connect with them in the spirit world, there's several videos on that, on getting signs and such. We still can and connect with them. Sometimes we don't recognize their signs until they hit us over the head with a 2x4, me included. But as much as possible, look at yourself and look what good you have done for others just by being you. Just by being you. That's part of the beauty of having so many unique individuals within this, physical world, is that we all have something to offer. And most times we don't even recognize what that is. So I hope this helps you all a little bit. And for those of you that are in this situation, please also note that even if you may not recognize the signs or you're not getting visit dreams in the way that you'd like, please do ask your loved ones to give you communication from the spirit world in a way that you'll understand it, because sometimes we have that little bit of misunderstanding. All right. So each and every one of you, take good care of yourselves in the meantime. And I promise you more videos are coming. I do promise you. But again, take good care of yourselves, and don't forget, each and every one of you has something to offer here in the physical world, even if you're not walking this physical world with another beside you. Take good care, everyone.